we are talking with the king of the underworld, Hades himself, Kevyn Morrow. Hey, seriously, thank you so much for joining us. I am very excited to talk to you today.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Um, so you play, of course, Hades in the touring production of Hadestown. How
Yeah.
much fun has it been for you to be a part of a show like this?
Uh, wow. I did not expect that question, honestly. To put that into words, it's been since like the mid to late 90s since I've been on tour, for one thing. So to come back out on tour, when they asked me to come out on this, I looked at the role and I thought, I can't pass it up. It's a dream role. It's the first role that I can remember in my life where the vocal range for the show is actually in my range. I'm not having to, work my chords up to sing higher because everything is written up here these days. I am a bass baritone, and it gives me that opportunity to live there. The character, it's a dark character, which I enjoy, but he's so layered. He's not a bad guy, in my opinion, in the way that I'm trying to layer him, because he's got a bad rap. Hades got a bad rap. It's been to answer your question. It's been a joy. I'm having a blast.
Well, that's awesome. So this is easily one of like maybe the top three shows that I have been most excited about seeing. I've only ever listened to the soundtrack. I love the music in the show, so I
Good.
can't wait for this to hit Houston. And I know Houston can't wait either. Um, the thing that I've been trying to get people hyped about the show when I talk about the show, there's like a handful of questions that I always get. So I'm gonna have you help me out with those for the audience right now. So,
Okay. Best I
well,
can.
yeah, of course, for the basic one, always get, well, what is Hadestown?
What is Hadestown? It is a musical, but not in the typical idea of a musical. Um, it's a little more presentational than that. It's based on the Greek mythology of Eurydice and Orpheus, their love affair and their separation, and also the love of Hades and his lady love, Persephone, who also happens to be his niece. Now, he kidnapped his niece and she became his bride. You know how the Greek mythology goes, so we were not going to even talk about that. So it's the intersection of those two love stories, and one, the love coming back alive, and the other one, the love just surviving and thriving through all adversity. But we must remember, it is a tragedy.
That is
And that's
true.
all I will
Now,
tell you so
I,
far.
I love that. I love that. Now one of the things that a lot of my nieces and nephews, they've seen a lot of the promotional stuff I've had for the show up on my computer and things like that, and they're like, well, what does the poster mean? And of course, the poster, if you guys haven't seen it, it is just a hand holding a red carnation up, and it just says Hadestown. So what does that flower signify? What is the purpose of that flower on that poster?
Uh, my thoughts are
Absolutely.
that the flower is signifying the birth of love, of life, of spring, of eternity, of hope.
I like that. I like that. We could all use all of those things right now.
Yeah,
Then again,
which
even though I
the
will
show
say it,
is about hope.
yeah, and I will say in Houston, it does feel a little bit like spring already. So there is that.
Now you see, you had to say that. I am in, where am I right now? I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin, where it does not feel like spring right now. You
Well,
see, I'm wearing a turtleneck. You see, yeah.
I think we're close to hitting 80 today. So yeah, you get your shorts and flip flops, and
Wow.
be ready to roll for some Texas weather. Um,
From the bottom of my heart, I'm happy for you.
Now, the other thing that I've gotten from people who I know has already seen the show on Broadway is, I've heard so many people hype about how incredible the set is and how amazing just, it pulls you into the show. How closely does the touring production of the set resemble that of what people see on Broadway?
Our set is almost exactly the same. It's a little bit smaller, but it's almost exactly the same. Broadway, they have three turntables in the center of the stage. We have one. Their center turntable rises up and goes down into Hades. Ours does not, because we cannot be digging a hole in every theater we go to. So we have a different way to get to Hades, which I will not share. Um, you have to come and see the show to see how that works out. But the
Oh
show
yeah.
has been slightly restaged because of that. But otherwise, it is the same show. However, our cast is different than the Broadway cast. and we are different actors. We have different interpretation of each one of the roles. It's the same story, but our voices are different. It's a different sound. But from what I've heard, meaning the audience responses, it's they're loving it. So, and I'm very proud of that for all of us. We're all very, very proud.
I
Yeah.
know. I can't wait to see it. And as you've said, the soundtrack to this show is phenomenal. I
Yeah.
mean, I cannot wait to put visuals with it. I'm so hyped. Now, for me, I mean, I've been walking around for the past 2 weeks with like a solid couple earworms from the show in there. I mean, I've been everything I'm going, it's like way down, Hadestown on the way to work. I'm sorry for that, guys. I can't sing for anything. But
Don't
um
worry, it sounded great.
when you first heard the soundtrack to the show, what was the songs that really resonated the most with you?
For me, it was the Fates.
Oh, okay.
Those the three ladies I saw on Broadway, and just went, oh my goodness. I mean, the tightness of those harmonies. If it's any one of their songs. Seriously, I can't just name one of them. Any one of their songs took me out. Now, the natural thing is Wait for Me. Everyone loves that. It's very haunting, and it is indeed glorious. But it was the Fates for
Okay.
me. Now, third on that was Anything and Everything that Hades was doing, because it was down here. It was written. I went, oh, 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 oh. It was talking to my spirit, to my soul. I went, yes. So that would be the order, however.
And that is just so cool. I mean, literally just the songs, I can't wait to hear you sing them because it is really rare to hear that in a show. We could it's these great, deep, soulful voice and oh my God, I'm so excited. I really am
Good,
excited.
good. Thank you. I'm glad you're excited.
And the thing I love too about this show is like the music that you hear, the style of it is really unlike anything else that you hear on Broadway right now. It's very much what you said, where everything else is very much we're going for the high pitch, we're going for, the sopranos and this
Yeah.
is totally different.
It's the music is it's very eclectic to me because it's not simply one style. It's folksy, it's New Orleans jazz, it's bluesy, it's a little country feeling, it's a little pop, it's all of those things, a little gospel even. It's all of that wrapped up in this what I consider just an absolutely brilliant musical. I mean, 8 Tony Awards. Come on, come
Yeah.
on.
You
You
can't
know,
you can't go wrong there. And it's the thing
no,
too, guys. Literally every one of those genres that he's talking about right there, that's us. We're right next door to Louisiana. We know this music. We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah,
embrace it together.
yeah, yeah.
um, now, again, what do you? Okay, you say Hades. You don't feel like he's too bad of a guy. So do you feel like he's a fair guy? And I think you know what I'm
Ah,
talking about. I mean,
well,
I'm
no,
not gonna say
well,
more, but do you feel that he's fair in his?
the The fact that you say fair, this is what I always, and interesting that you've used that particular word. When people ask me, I'm going, okay, Hades always gets a bad rap because he's running, Hadestown or hell, as some would say. Okay, he was given a realm to run. Zeus handed him out, and he didn't care for Hades very much. He goes, okay, and I'm going to give you. It was the underground, the last, the morsel, but not the morsel, the worst thing that he could possibly give him. And he went, okay, okay, I'm going to make this work, and he has found a way to make it work. Now, does he convince people to come and work for him there? Yes, he does. And it's all up and up, just legit. But you better read that contract.
It's all about the fine print,
Okay?
y'all.
It's in the contract. He didn't lie to you. I didn't force you. It was there. You didn't read it. Not my fault. See?
Um, all right. I will. That was
he's, a,
actually a beautifully done answer. That was beautiful.
he's a businessman.
That's
Now,
true.
whether you trust businessmen or not, that's on you. But he's a businessman. He's very clear about who he is and what he is. Like, okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
See? Yeah.
Um,
you're
so
you're laughing at that one, aren't you? Yeah.
I
See?
am laughing at that one because you're not wrong. We really start thinking, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it, guys.
Read your contract, people. So
So, you have already talked about some of the responses that you have got on tour. I mean, how have the crowds been since you guys have been back in the theater and on tour again?
they have been extremely responsive, of course. Part of that is due to the fact that everyone had cabin fever of being home for the last couple of years and no theater. And we've been fortunate enough to be the first piece of theater they've had in their cities. So we have that energy flooding us on stage, and when we're feeling that flood, we're flooding back to hearing this energy from all these people. It's been this back and forth, just incredible energy, which has been just I can't find the words. Just can't find the words. Now, as this tour progresses, we are not going to be the first, we're the second, maybe the third, the fourth, and I expect that wave to still be happening simply
Oh
because of
yeah.
the fact that everyone is hungry for theater, just
Oh,
hungry for getting out of the house, entertainment and live theater. There is nothing like it. I love my movies, I love my TV, I love streaming, but there's nothing like live theater.
I could not agree more. And I think I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like having things reopen after COVID and quarantine, I definitely appreciate them a lot more than I did before. A
Agreed,
lot more.
agreed, agreed. And uh, yeah, I guess I'll admit, I probably took for granted what I get to do for a living to a certain degree. I love what I do, and I missed it horribly, but I realized how much I need it, how much it feeds my spirit and my soul.
I could not agree more. I absolutely could not agree more.
Oh, you frozen.
Oh,
I was gonna say you froze for a moment there, so I'm not sure what, but you're back now.
are we back? Hang on. There we go.
Yes, we're back.
All right. Well, I guess well, before our connection drops again, um, I always like to end on this question. Uh, why do you feel people should come on down to Hadestown?
Because you will not have seen a show like this. You will not have heard music like this. You will not have seen performances like this. You will not have experienced this kind of energy in a theater with a group of people like this. The communal experience is incredible.
I cannot wait. I know Houston audiences can't wait. Well, there you have it, guys. You can come on down to Hadestown January 4th through the 9th at the Hobby Center. Tickets are on sale at Broadway at thehobbycenter.com. You can check out Kevin and his amazing voice and the rest of the
And
cast.
the amazing cast.
Oh, yes. I can't wait. Um, thank you so much for talking with us today. You have been a delight, Kevin.
Thank you for having me, and we'll see you in Houston.
All right. You have a great day.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.